Raymond here from Booze and Chill. Welcome to the Buzzcast podcast season 4. Apologies in advance because I'm not going to be sounding the way that I sound right now. Something went wrong during the entire podcast. But today we're going to be talking about YouTube stuff. We're going to be talking about how to start YouTube's, how you should go about it, what you can talk about. And the reason for that, because I've been talking to a handful of people who happen to know that I run a YouTube channel slash podcast and who are just discovered that I did and have this wanting to do a YouTube channel as well. And this is the same advice that I gave these same people. And this is going to be a very informative podcast today, guys. It's going to be so much value. It's going to make you sick to your stomach in the most best of way possible. And I'm going to be joined by my good friend Jeff Slaboda from the MCU's Bleeding Edge. Go ahead and check them out. I will show their website. I will leave the link in the description. And once again, sorry, I apologize for the shitty audio you're about to hear. So let's get on with that because today is going to be it's a good one, guys. Let's go. How's it going, folks? Welcome back to another episode, season 4 to be exact. We're going to be talking about the YouTube thing. I've been having conversations with a handful of people who just found out that I have a YouTube, or that know that I have a YouTube, and they themselves want to start having YouTube. And the conversation goes on like that. That's what we're going to talk about. Things that we talk about, how to start it, and stuff like that. But before that, we don't do nothing till we get that logo. Welcome, folks. Welcome back. And season 4, like I said, we're back with another season. And I decided to come back with a bang. And by that, I mean I wanted to bring along a good friend of mine. And that friend is Jeff Slaboda, a.k.a. TrueKnowledge from the MCU's Bleeding Edge. Look at him go.
You like my reaction video thumbnail poses?
It's good for the thumbnail.
I hate that shit, bro. I hate it, bro. Hate it.
You hate it.
Hate it.
Is that
so
why
fake.
you never come on to your thumbnails?
Dude, it's so fake. No, it's because it's because I've evolved my content creation so far that literally, I didn't even figure out when I started doing reaction videos. Somehow I did not connect with all these other reactors that had their photos on the thumbnails. Mm-hmm, that was so important, because I'm such a heavily researched, really, dig deep kind of content creator. So it never even just occurred to me that how important it was to have that actual picture of you on that thumbnail.
Oh yeah, it just hits differently. That's really what it is.
Dude, I'm telling you, you keep connecting everything that connects to literally the fucking tweaker zone that I was telling you about. Sorry, folks. Inside joke before the show. Dude, are you fucking with me? The bang. We're just starting with the bang. Oh, come on, bro.
Quite literally. And yes, today we're doing the entrepreneur thing. Like I said, I've had a handful of conversations with several friends, acquaintances, and just random people and co-workers. If you stick around to the very end of the podcast, you will listen into what I call the glitch in the algorithm. It's something that I'm pretty sure no one's talking about, and it's affecting people, I guess people like you and me, really. But again, we're going to get into that. But first, the way that these conversations start, they always start with the same question, and that is with when is the best time to start a YouTube channel? So basically, give me a sec here, guys. Are you lighting up one? What are you doing there?
Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Am I not supposed to?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I forgot. It's Booze and Chill, so I don't think cigarettes would connect a little bit.
Nah, dude, I'm kidding.
I'm fucking with you, man.
This is they always ask this first question.
If it's okay, I will light one up though in a minute.
But yeah, it always starts off with this question: when is the best time to start a YouTube channel? And it goes by, I think it goes by several, there's several factors when when it comes to this. But let's start off with the negatives because they usually start off that way.
David, can I ask you a question real quick? I'm sorry, sir.
No, go for
in
it.
terms of this question, when is the best time to start a YouTube channel? As a baseline, like we're talking about off of the realization that you might even want to make content, right? Like
Of
that
course, yeah.
or spark or something.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Thank you, sir.
Cool. And let's start with the negatives because those handful of conversations that I mentioned, they always start with the negatives, and I always give my feedback and trying to get them back in that positive mindset because, if you think negativity always comes along with it, and just shit just gets in the way. That's what I think. So,
I didn't know that either. I should probably start being so negative.
Stop being negative.
I mean, I was crying inside and shit and whatnot before the show and everything. When I thought you hated me and everything, I'm like, oh, I lost Raymond. Fuck.
Man. But yeah, this is the negatives. The negatives are, first one is procrastination. That's like one of the ones. They're always like, oh, I would like to start a YouTube channel, but I'm waiting for like, I don't know, some bullshit like, oh, I want to baptize my kid first, or like, oh, I'm getting family from I don't know where, or some sort of excuse. Is there anything different that you ever heard, or have you ever had a conversation with somebody who wants to start a YouTube channel?
I never really thought about procrastination even being that much of a problem or a hindrance because to me, I mean, I've never really sat down with a ton of YouTubers and really like dug deep and just Q&A'd them that much. I here and there. Raymond will tell anybody that when you're a creator and you have creator friends that guest on your shows and you collaborate with, when you talk to them, bullshit with them, content always comes up. There's no way around it, right?
Yeah.
It's always in there. It's just a part of the deal, the friendship or whatever, whatnot, right? And some people sometimes can just as an offshoot, you worry sometimes a little bit in content creation as a YouTuber with the the talking about the content, right? I have before, like damn, I hope that Joey or I hope that Cyber for as a hypothetical, my co-host, doesn't think that like literally all I give a fuck about is you get what I'm saying. Doing the shows, making the content. But as far as the procrastination goes, for me, I guess all I can draw from would be that when I became a YouTuber, it was off of doing content, short form content for 2 years, two plus years to start, right? Before it became hot. What a good move, Jeff. There you go. Good job. Before it became the shit, that's what I did. Was like 1 minute content. So I had a baseline to start with as a digital creator. So at that point, there was no procrastination. I knew I wanted to be a YouTuber. It was always something I wanted to do.
Awesome.
So I wanted to do it. I just did it. Right?
I'm not sure, but I think I can hear my echo in the background.
I don't hear it.
No? Okay, no. I think it's just me then. Sorry. But yes, procrastination is one of them because it's like, I mean, like you, Jeff, said, you kind of already knew you wanted to do it. So you were like already set. Like you're just going to go straight for it. But for the people who are deciding to or want to, there's always that bump that kind of slows them down. And that's just one of the things I had to talk to them about and tell them like, oh, well, I mean, if you're waiting for that, then you're never going to start, bro. I mean, you can't allow that to happen. But that's one of them. The second one is gear. They're always like, oh, dude, it's because I don't have the right camera. I don't have that fancy microphone that I seen you use on your YouTube channel and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, you have a camera in your pocket. Phones have like freaking 4K now. It's like just use that, man.
That's all you need. Yep.
Like you don't have to have the gear. Like the reason why, and I tell them the reason why I have what I have is because like I collected all the shit throughout the years. Like I didn't just fucking
Well,
order
really,
it
I
right
think
there and
those
then.
people sometimes do a little convinced too by the tutorial videos at times and stuff that they get persuaded or kind of like maybe there's a feeling for them. I mean, then again, there could be multiple reasons. They could be used as an excuse, right? Who knows?
Yeah.
You know,
True.
but bottom line, there is a certain aspect of all the tutorial videos, the videos that actually cover how to start a YouTube channel, right? When they focus on equipment, I can see how a potential creator could think to themselves, okay, well, since so-and-so YouTuber uses a Canon M100, right?
Yeah.
On their shit, I can't activate as YouTuber, right? I can't be effective, or I can't, be legit or prepared correctly until I have that.
Yeah.
But it can also just be a cop out or a reason to just, because you just don't have the balls.
Yeah. That's another one. And that's actually it's funny you mentioned balls. Camera shy. That's another thing. And like, I don't have the gear, but even if I do, like, I'm too shy. Like,
I think my balls are camera shy a little bit anyway.
Oh yeah, you still have the camera shyness a little bit.
Well, I mean, I can't talk to my balls to ask them, but I mean, since they're covered and I can't talk to them, it might be the one part of me that has never been camera shy.
Gotcha. But yeah, no, that's one of them, and I'm just like, dude, just practice. I'm like, put the damn phone in front of you, record, and then review it. And if you don't like it, delete it. Do another one, and just collect the. I actually told my coworker this one. Like, just collect the ones that you actually like. You're feeling like the ones that that like, okay, this is good. And I tell them, like, just start collecting those little clips, and then start the YouTube channel, and then you can launch one at a time, or just launch them all at once. That's an idea. And like, I'm already giving out like a little secrets here now already. Like, we're supposed to be doing this throughout the thing, but that's just a secret. That's just something that, like, again, you just pick up over the years, which is why I think it was pretty cool to kind of talk about this, because those handful of people I've been talking to, this is like this is what I tell them. It's like, I give them ideas because they want to do it, but again, it's always there's always these things like what we're talking about right now. And the last one, and this is the one that kills everything: time. Finding the time to do it. Coming from, like, for me, for instance, coming from a guy who has a full-time job, parent, and also running a YouTube channel and a podcast at the same time, it's trying to find the right time. It's a pain in the ass. I don't have much to say to this one, except for the fact, just like, I don't know, you just got to figure that part out yourself.
Raymond, if you don't mind, it really is. It's all one big blend, right? Because at the end of the day, when it comes to time, for instance, you got camera shy part still, right? I'm still hung on that, bro. Like, I mean, I'm thinking about it, and this is Raymond. This is really one of the things where, as we're going on the list, as a creator, I'm in my head thinking to myself how this reflects or connects to my shows and my lives, right?
Yeah.
And either way, at that point, like for the camera shy part, a lot of times when I meet what would be called, I guess, like a cold guest that we've had before on the Bleeding Edge, people who haven't made content before.
Oh, okay,
right?
Gotcha.
Yeah. Some people who
there's a term. That's the term for it.
That's what I call them.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I don't know if there is a term for them really.
I'm not sure either.
There aren't many creators that actually go out like I do and will go and comb other like social media platforms like Facebook groups, chats, and whatnot, and just look for people, right? To just be guests on shows, right?
I think you're revealing a secret right now too.
Well, kind of. I mean, there aren't. Honestly, I don't know. But I don't think there are many. Again, our structure is different than a lot of others in that we rely on collaboration. So when we're going good, we have so many other guests coming out, other creators. It's one of those things where, it's different. Most YouTubers and most live streamers, they don't have rotating panels and that kind of deal. You know that.
Yeah, because you also have to keep in mind there's different styles of channels as well.
Of course.
that like you said, some of them rely on guests, some don't. Some the travel channels and the vlogging and stuff like that.
Oh, if you're an individual creator, I mean, of course, you may just be making recorded video, right?
Yeah.
Or vlogging, like you said, or 1 minute shorts or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Or whatever. Or reactions, for instance, right? Reactors. There's so many different types of digital creators.
Mhm.
And you and I both cut across everything in a way. And that's where this gets really interesting for me, I guess. And I can see where your conversations probably are pretty dope. The people you talk to, because it just makes you kind of think about your content, right? And flush it out. But no, the camera shy part, last thing was just basically that. I never been camera shy. I don't know about you. It never bothered me to be in front of the camera. And I agree with you 100% with the tech. Like, seriously, I started with a phone, and it never bothered me. I had no problem with it. It worked for me, right? And then I bought cameras. I don't use phones as much anymore. Now I'm more webcam driven. But as far as, in terms of just use what you have, Raven makes a really good point with that, because you don't need expensive shit to be a creator.
Nope.
And you're not going to kill it from jump anyway. It ain't going to happen, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna literally become like a grade OG YouTuber from day 7.
No shit, dude. Not to mention that all the videos from the start, the first ones you're gonna upload, are going to suck.
Oh, shit. I'm 5 years in the content creation, and I just did one of my worst shows ever 2 days ago.
Man, this freaking sun is coming out of nowhere, hitting me in the face. What the fuck?
Hey, I told you, it's the curse. It's infecting. Right?
I'm a freaking vampire, and it's hitting me right in the face.
That bomb that dropped and shit whatnot was a light bomb from Jesus.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, he's getting you down.
You know what?
He's like, Raven, you fucked. You know this guy, Jeff Knowledge? Here you go. Taste this.
There we go. Give me a sec, guys. I gotta adjust myself here.
Who's this? Get some of this first, baby.
There we go. I backed away. That's all I needed to do.
I think curse, folks, and I think Raven may possibly have been cross-legged by the curse.
It'll be fine.
And his microphone's fucked up now. He's echoing. Now he's getting blinded by fucking rays of sunshine and shit or whatever.
Don't fucking jinx it. But overall, I mean, the best time, the best answer that I always tell them is always start now, because like I mentioned to Jeff earlier, it has a lot of benefits. But like Jeff also mentioned, you're not gonna become a big YouTube star from the get-go. It takes so much time. But that's what I tell them when it comes.
No, and you know what too? Honestly, being a guest isn't a bad thing, right? I mean, if you get a chance to guest on podcasts or somebody offers you the opportunity or whatever, reach out to a creator and ask if you can go on their show, right? It helps to getting the experience in the game in front of the camera. The camera shy part, for instance, right? Or when you're living. Again, I don't know about you. I don't think you've never really been bothered by being on live, right? It's never affected you.
To be fair, I started doing videos since like high school, so I kind of got over that over the years. So I haven't had practice.
So I don't know. Again, I've never experienced this. I've never had camera shyness. My first live stream, I never even really. I'm always live. I feel like, right? Like I just never really do anything.
That's like your thing.
Yeah, there is no. That's what live is, right? It's authentic. So there's no shtick. It is my thing. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you for pointing that out, brother. I appreciate you.
No problem.
But it's good to know. People still remember I have a strength. I'm not just always sucking. But no. Honestly, experience is very important. Across the board, and you learn a lot from other creators. You do. It's very helpful in your growth. And ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions to other creators and whatnot, right? Don't feel like you're bothering somebody. We're content creators. We fucking love talking about content. Look, Raymond's over here, spilling his secrets and shit and whatnot to develop successful YouTube channels and whatnot. Trying not to drop all the gems, but he can't help it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I learned these things from YouTube. So it's like it's already out there, but this is like I'm just kind of pushing it further to a different type of audience who wants to start a channel. So I'm just simply just like passing it along. That's really all it is.
Who do you what are your go-to besides YouTube? What are your go-to for research wise, right? And just the and you know, Google online in general for articles, whatever. What else do you mess with? Other platforms or whatever websites do you use to do research or learn your craft?
It's really just YouTube, but I follow two channels. They're Think Media, the Think
Mm.
Media podcast, and vidIQ.
Mhm.
Those are my three bugaboos. I actually have some stuff, some not negative, but some they they kind of go against what they say sometimes, but they I don't feel like they don't notice it, but because they're
Think Media does
so
good work.
big,
They do good work.
they do good work. But I even commented on one of their shorts because and we should probably do this for another episode because I have several things that I can say about it. But other than that, they do give a really good information. They they review really good gear and stuff like that. Their thing is to push people to get a YouTube channel. That's your thing.
Write things down. When shit hits you like Caitlin, write things down.
Yeah, get that pen and paper ready, baby, because we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep this going. And okay, let's move on to the second thing. Let's move on to the second thing. So the second thing is whenever they bring up the subject, when should I start? And then we go over the stuff that we already looked at just now. And then the second thing is always what topic should I talk about, or what niche? That's the word that they use in the YouTube world. What should I do, and stuff like that. And I'm just like, well, like, what are you into? Like, what do you like? And they're just like, oh man, it's because there's just so much.
It's hard for me, Raymond. It is. It's hard for me because I did start as the creator off YouTube at first,
Yeah, uh-huh.
right? On TikTok and a platform called Rizzle that was a short form content platform, and then I shifted over to YouTube and podcasting. And no, I'm not a podcaster, an audio podcaster, just like you're not, right? We just basically just like us, right? And for the most part, I believe all you do is essentially convert your digital stuff over, don't you?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So, no, I think that in terms of YouTube, I just want to put it out there that for me, right, again, and for people out there that are already creators, maybe or doing TikTok or doing short form stuff on a platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna go on YouTube off that at that point, just fucking get in there. Like seriously, just get in there and do it because
Yeah,
you're already making content. So I mean, you don't need a perfect logo. But you should, as Raymond will tell you, make an effort to put the time in to, at the very least, understand what you're getting into and the basics of it to where you have a baseline, right, of information
yeah,
that, puts you in a place where, as Raymond and I talked about before the show, you're not finding out years into content creation that you're not doing massive important parts, aspects of your content or covering them or adding them that are really critical because you just didn't put the time into research
yeah,
or make it consensual.
yeah. That's one way. That's another way. Good job. And so yeah, they're always like asking like, what topic should I do, stuff like that. And I'm just like I mentioned, like, well, what are you into and stuff like that. And they're always like, it's because what I want to do. Like for instance, my coworker, a shout out to Uriel if you are watching this, man. He's a gamer, so he wants to do gaming stuff. I'm like, that's perfect because YouTube has something for gamers right on the damn website, like right on the page. Like they have their own category. Like it's gaming is so big, they have their own category, so it's perfect. And then he says something like, "Oh, it's because there's so many gamer YouTubers out there that like I stand no chance," which is why, as you see here, it's overwhelming to him because there's so many of them out there. Like how am I supposed to just like do this
How am I going to get
funny.
attention?
It's funny and illuminating because like I never really occurred to me that any gamer was ever actually hesitant to make content because I thought gamers were just like, hey, play video games on camera, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
But there is that talking part too, right? I guess, right? I mean, I don't watch a lot of gamers, but game streams, but there is the talking aspect, right? I don't know. I'd imagine a lot of gamers probably maybe have different levels of it to connect with their audiences. And maybe that part, right, would be like or structure or how you want to go about your dialogue, whatever, whatnot. That connection would be something that would maybe make you hesitant or make you want to heavily research too much, maybe or over research.
Yeah.
Over plan, almost when you should be just getting in there.
Yeah, exactly. Preach, preach.
Oh, but no, reaction videos, shorts, making short form content gives you a chance to diversify and do different types of topics. So you can narrow down sort of like where you really want to go and what works for you.
That's also true. Man, you don't even realize it, but you're dropping so many like gold nuggets, as they call them.
On TrueKnowledge, baby. Come on now. I mean, I'm good. I every once in a while, my brain kicks in and whatnot. Everything and something parts out. It's valuable.
I have my moments.
I mean, I do. I know. I self appreciate a lot or that, and I've been doing it about like making fun of like stuff I've forgotten or I haven't done wrong. But when you're a content creator, you always fuck up and don't do everything because you can never learn all of it.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no perfect creator. You'll never know everything about content. There's just too much about it. That you basically would have to research constantly, or like hire researchers to know to really delve deeper and really grasp firmly, but things like the algorithm that I talked about, right? That alone is heavy to try to understand.
Yeah.
So when it comes to topics, you tell me, Raven. I think that like you started off really well at like in terms of with Booze and Chill. It's a basic concept. Right? It's nichey, it's yours, but it's basic.
Yeah.
And I think that being basic, right, or staying close to home, like Marvel, right? If you're like a nerd geek type, right, or Star Wars, stick close to home. Talk about do shit that you know about, you like or are passionate about, enjoy doing or covering or reacting to, but like music wise, right? If you like music and you're you're formulating your YouTube channel and can't exactly nail down what your core topic is going to be or your theme. Well, at that point, just do some reaction videos, right? And start reacting to music and see where it goes. And get in front of the camera and kind of just at the same time put your time in and whatnot, everything, and watch other creators and pay attention to trends, and you'll find your niche eventually, right?
That's good advice. Yeah, that's one way to start off. Like you said, reaction videos, unboxing videos. That's also a fucking thing.
Yes.
Just kind of like
copying off some stuff. I love unboxing videos, man.
Yeah. That's one way to start off. Just kind of start off doing stuff that other people are doing, just to kind of like get the feel of it.
I love watching those hardcore like tech geeks get hard-ons and shit over opening camera boxes and shit.
It's like unfolding a Playboy magazine for them.
Like dying and shit because I got a new camera. Oh my god.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's overwhelming to these people because there's already
you fucked me up with that 2-man channel with my niche shit, bro, with the spelling. I'm like, what the fuck? What does that even mean?
The what?
I couldn't understand it at first. I was confused. 2-man channel, the abbreviation. I'm like, Jesus, what does that even mean?
Crap. I'm
like, is Raven trying to literally like riddle me here and fuck me up?
I just realized I missed the Y. I do that sometimes. I'm sorry about that, folks.
But your guests on your shows without everything and fuck them up like that.
I'm sorry about that, folks. I do this sometimes. I like because I'm always typing super fast, and I always miss a letter or two, and it always like turns out to be something totally different.
Brother. Hey, I forgot. I thought abbreviation existed. My bad.
No, but so when it came like the example of my coworker, so what I told him was like the thing that's gonna stick out, what's gonna make you stick out is your individuality. that's what kind of breaks apart everybody else's gaming channels, or like in my case, because there's I'm not the only beer channel on YouTube. There's like, turns out there's like thousands, but it's like I do my thing and I do it my way. The other guy
Do the
does
people
his
you
way.
talk about, do they worry about that very heavily, other than the gaming, aspect? Do they worry about the saturation of the channels?
I'm not
Their
entirely
niche?
sure about that, to be honest with you.
That's not heavily talked about these days that much. When you watch, I don't get me wrong, I haven't spent a lot of time, at least recently, or even in the last couple of months, really paying attention to, I guess, well, I just haven't heard really many creators that like think media that talk about these concepts, that talk about, starting a channel, going down, to the ground level.
Yeah.
Really concentrating that much about oversaturation of certain niches or channels. That's one thing I can honestly say, Raymond, where I don't know how you felt about it, but I never really worried about it that much.
To be fair, I didn't really think at all. I just one day I just got a struck of like.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we both actually didn't expect to even like really. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got a struck of just like what's the word I'm looking for? Inspiration, and I'm just like, fuck it. Set the camera down, put my lights, whatever, click record, and that was it. That's all it took.
I'm waiting for the part of the video. I'm chomping the bit where we talk about like how we basically started off. I started off. I know you similarly did too. Just basically not even expecting to even do shit, right? Like at all. Like be a YouTuber was my goal. Like I had no actual statistical. There was nothing. I had no goal.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's just one of those things that you don't really think about up until like you actually or like I said, like those conversations I've had with those people. Like I just like, these are just things I just picked up because like you mentioned, when it comes to being a content creator, all it is like research, keeping up with trends, keeping up with what's new when it comes to your topic, your niche.
Yep.
So it's like constant research. And that's one of the things that I told these handful of people. Like, it's not just sitting or standing or vlogging yourself. It's also like making sure that your content is always new. It's fresh. And that's where the whole research comes in, because you don't want to just talk about like, I did this. What was my example?
Sure. I thought someone actually told me at times it was a really good idea to actually just recycle shows for over and over. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Just flip them.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kidding, bro. It's not. I mean, like the same 5 shows over and over, overlap.
One of the examples I told him was like for me, for instance, like I started off as a beer channel. Like, let's say like I just talk about this one brewing company or this one type of beer, and that's all I talk about. People are just gonna get fucking bored and they're just gonna click out or unsubscribe or whatever. It's like there's thousands and thousands of beers. Do them all. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Keep it new.
I agree. I definitely think that for me, definitely, from a personal standpoint, with my time, free time, and my schedule, Raymond, and my personal stuff, in terms of my medical issues and whatnot and all that, folks, I have a severe STD issues where like, there's somebody that have caught up to me. No, I'm just kidding. They've compiled to the point where like, I'm morphing into a mutant and shit. No. But no, seriously, however your time works, whether you have a job and kids like Raymond, or you're like me, you're a single, semi-retired bachelor living off, mommy and daddy and shit, whatnot, in their basement type shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Smoking weed and making YouTube channels. I think that for me, I haven't had a chance in a minute to catch a breath and really be able to sit down and spend time thinking about things like making individual content for me personally, right? That not just the MC's Bleeding Edge and having a team and guests. I'd like to. And that goes into your time management. Like you said, how important that is. Mm-hmm. And I think that for me, and Raymond's been very helpful to me with that in terms of the fact that, time management is so critical, right? And scheduling is so critical. But in terms of diversifying content, when you have time, right? You know, you got to get in there and do it. You got to act to connect it all together. Just fucking get in there, man. Like, you know, like when you're with it and you got the time, again, you're going to start another channel or diversify or whatever. Just who gives a shit? Just do it.
Yeah. Just do it, as that
Just
that
jump in
famous
there,
meme. I wish I
Have
LaBeouf.
fun. I mean, you can have like as many channels as you want, really, you know, so.
That's another topic, man, because I've tried running 2 channels, and let me tell you, shit.
Oh, I was going
Crazy.
to tell you, brother, I saw your milestone with, I think it was views, or was it subs?
Mm-hmm.
The pressure that eventually comes when you do get monetized eventually, the thing you never even thought would happen, that it happens, the
Yeah.
bigger you get. You're almost at 40,000 subs on YouTube. It's folks, I'm telling you right now,
The show off over here.
it's amazing. You know how humbled I am by that shit, Raymond. Folks, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know the head of all content creators, but Raymond will tell you that, and he is the same way. Every little bit of success that I've ever had in content creation and on the MC Splitting Edge YouTube channel with you know, my team and my co-host and all the guests that come on that are creators and all that, was never expected, and so it's very humbling for me. It's literally humbling, but there's pressure, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's cool. You start off just, you know, getting in there, but once you start to, you know, get in there, and catch, it does become a situation where, even if you weren't driven by stats or money or you know, somebody's status or some shit, you can't help almost but feel that pressure to maintain growth, right?
Yeah.
Break out into new, you know, levels of subscriber count, you know, 80,000, 100,000 that are really important on YouTube.
True.
I still don't completely understand the different niches as far as when you hit certain marks,
Yeah.
what that means. Like, you know, I talked to a trademark attorney about it one time that we did work with, and he told me, for instance, on YouTube, that as a live streamer or a creator, it's that 80,000 sub mark, right around there, is where he's been told by other creators, other YouTubers, that's when you start getting other creators actually coming out and approaching you, right, and wanting you to come on their channels more or their lives, right, for collabs, whatever, whatnot, or, you know, vice versa. That's
True.
kind of that spot. So I just wanted to put it in there that, you know, in general, for YouTube, in general, and for you, Raymond, be prepared for the pressure, maybe, that comes with that success.
I was gonna add, I'm like, I wouldn't know that, man.
It
No.
comes, man. It sneaks up on you before you know it, dude. You start getting concerned when you have a team too. You're like, fuck, I gotta hold them down too. Seriously.
But in your case, it's like big boy YouTube status. But yeah,
It is, but at the same time, though, you have to keep moving up. I mean, until you reach those threshold points, that though reaching them are open up these avenues in your content creation, right? In terms of other aspects of content creation, collaborations, endorsements, you know, the things like that, sponsors. They all are keyed in and tied to your stats. You know, certain stats, subs. It's different on every platform, but it's all keyed into that. So at that point, that threshold, that is what they want to point out there, folks. When you start a channel, you catch a little bit, or you start to kind of get going. Your views go up from every single video, maybe in 5 to 7 views, and all of a sudden you got 500 subs. It's amazing how suddenly, like, you start getting really serious about this shit.
True. A lot of gold nuggets that you're tossing out, sir.
In your personal life, you know it does. It's in your head.
Yeah. All right. We talked about when to start a channel. The answer is now, because again, the sooner you start, the sooner you get those subscribers, like Jeff was mentioning, the sooner you get those views that you want. So start now. And what topic?
Be high, and be high too. Make sure you're high.
That's another advice. The other thing was like, what topic or what niche? Just do what makes you happy. If you have a hobby that you're really, really, really good at, that's probably another way to go about it. Or if you're like into movies and stuff, music, like Jeff was saying, start off with that. or like we were mentioning, start copying off little ideas from other YouTubers, like the unboxing, the reaction, stuff like that, just to kind of get the feel. And yeah, there's many ways to go about it. There is really no wrong way to do this. This is what I love about YouTube. It's like, it's creative, it's artistic. There's no right or wrong. It just all depends on you. Which we come into number 3. How should I run the YouTube channel? And for that, I say, like I told everybody, there is no right answer to this. No right answer, because depending what you want to talk about, what your niche is, your schedule time, all this comes into play. I just can't. I couldn't tell these people that I was talking to, like, I can't really help you out with that, because I don't know what you do. Like, for the example of my coworker, I know his schedule. I know he's got a family too, so it's like, that's the part where you have to figure it out. Any input for this one, Jeff?
I mean, not really, just because, again, it's hard for me to connect on that level, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just in terms of the fact that, again, I never was a baseline YouTuber that started a channel as a creator like that.
Okay.
I got in the game, first with other platforms, other kinds of content. Just like some people do podcasting for a long time, whatnot, and also they switch over to digital, for instance, right?
Yeah.
Maybe or something. Go to YouTube. At that point, your reference point, right, is and the types of research you did, or do, is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're already in the game. So you have a foot in the door, and you already have a feel for what you want to do, and you've already learned things from creators already.
Yeah. True. But yeah, that's my advice. Though that was my advice that I gave these people.
There is no right answer. Yes, 100%, sir. There is no right answer.
Exactly.
At all.
There's just again, like, it just really depends on you, your time, stuff like that. There's so many factors that come into play that there's no answer that I could have that I gave these people.
There's the answer when it comes to stuff like, content where you're like, with me, we've talked about, wanting to fight a kangaroo, as a reaction video, whatnot, right? You gotta, if you're having a internal dialogue, you question yourself, should I make a reaction video where I smoke crack in the reaction video? Remember I talked about that, Raymond? If your answer internally is yes, I should. It sounds dope. Don't go with that, right? Like, that answer is not probably positive.
Yeah. Don't do crack on YouTube.
No, don't use that inner voice. That answer. No.
Because not only will YouTube knock you out of the platform, but you'll probably not react very.
Or you can become famous. You could bust out, or you could break out off it. You could literally go fucking viral off it.
Oh my god!
You could be like, God damn it, he's too fucking popular. Fuck. Can't get rid of him. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Too valuable.
Too valuable, he says.
Goddamn crackhead.
Okay. Oh my god!
YouTube needs creators that draw audiences and get stats and shit, whatnot. People like it's a fact.
True, that's true. I mean, that's one way to go about it. Not the right way, but it's a way.
Hey, we're creators, maybe we got some power on YouTube. They eat us. Maybe not on TikTok so much. They don't even care about creators.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, that's the 3 things. And if you're still around, or for the listeners who are just listening, if you guys are still around, you just heard how to start, when to start it, what niche to do. That's all depends on you, as well as how to run it. And now, if you're still here, we're going to talk about a very interesting conversation that I had with my coworker. Again, if you're still here, if you're watching, shout out to you, Mr. Uriel. I call this the glitch in the algorithm. And I call it this because my coworker, we were talking about how to start it and all this stuff. But then he mentions to me this. He goes, because he's into gaming, right? He follows gamers. And he says, I'm subscribed to all these gamers, but on my news feed, all that stuff when you're like doom scrolling, as they call it, none of them come out. Like he has to actually go to the little tab on YouTube where it says subscriber. Sorry, he has to either go there or type it in himself. And he says, because I have to do that, I just feel like I don't even want to be on my phone because I just get a bunch of random stupid stuff that I don't like or might be related to what I'm subscribed to.
Well, Raymond, you lost me for a minute. Where are we at where we're putting this in?
Where are we at? What do you mean?
Where are we filling in here? At what part are we?
Where the part where the glitch that I mentioned.
I'm the channel you're talking about. You were talking about the what the person was worried about. What factor was it, or what part?
Basically, the thing is, he did not like that at all. So he doesn't even like. He finds himself not even on his phone anymore. So to the people who he subscribed to, like he's not even watching it because he's just like fed up with having to just like go in there and type in their name or go into the subscriber section on YouTube to watch these people. And I'm just like, that is interesting because if there's more people like him where their newsfeed is just filled with a bunch of stupid stuff, and they have to actually go to the subscriptions or actually type the creator's name in. They don't want to do that. So what do? They just don't watch it. So in a sense,
wait a minute. Have we really gotten that far? People can't actually fill out names to titles of YouTube channels anymore.
I mean, that's what he said.
Difficult. But that's too long.
But I'm not surprised, and I will say this because
I'm sorry, it's just funny to me that literally people.
It is, and I told him like, dude, that's so funny.
Well, it's like website title. It's like your website, right? You don't want to go too long, right?
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Like that. You know, it's like we're the MCU's bleeding edge. That's a lot of fucking letters. It is. True. Right. Yeah. So, the format, right, of your title, for instance, or whatever, that to connect. It is something you got to consider. It sucks sometimes, right? You love something, there's a part of you that's cool, that's like organic, right? Like Booze and Chill, right? Or something where there's a concept that you have that's your core that you love, or maybe it's the part that makes it fun for you, or it's your it's your shit, your baseline. At that point, literally, you have to hem and haw, though, even then, if it's your home spot or sweet spot, you still have to live under the context of the algorithm, for instance, right? Or of the aspects of YouTube content creation that are crucial, that are literally that are the benchmarks of how shit works. If you want to be successful, they draw an audience. If you don't want anybody to watch your shit, that's one thing. If you want an audience of people to watch your content, you do have to take into consideration the reality, the fact that, yes, it's a reality. Like we talked about with the live stream scheduling, there is a benchmark. It's like 2 weeks, I guess. I think that is like the sweet spot of pre-scheduling out for shows or lives. It's a reality. You can't just make it go away, or whatever. There's no bending it, is my point, right? Like, so at that point, there's that unfortunate aspect. I know it's not completely algorithm related, where you do have to play under in the box of the game, and be able to be considered trading off on things, or or learn to you get what I'm saying, brother?
Yeah, gotcha. But that was the story about that, because like I said, if there's more people like my coworker, then we're gonna start losing viewers or subscribers just because of that. But like I was going to mention, at the same time, I wasn't surprised, because ever since the short videos started evolving, so the videos got shorter or whatever, but so did people's attention spans. So that's why I wasn't surprised, because people's attention spans are getting smaller. Because you haven't noticed that at all?
No, is that why my TikTok shorts, what is it? The I forget the actual name right and whatnot, but the average span of view time, like for instance, on one video might be 2.7 seconds, right?
Yeah. See, there you go. There it is.
It's a key thing. It really is. When you look at your analytics, and you see
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
Those small numbers, right? Those sweet
Yeah.
spots. Again, like we're talking about, Raymond, where that, 2 seconds versus 5 seconds of average consistent, watch time.
Mhm.
It's crucial that,
Yeah.
you're evolving in that spot where you're hitting that benchmark, right?
Mm-hmm.
To where you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, it's it works the same way with the shorts. So again, I told him like I'm not surprised because of the shorts evolving, people's attention spans started getting shorter. So I feel like that's kind of it kind of connects to that because their attention spans are getting shorter so much that like people like my coworker, they don't even want to type in their favorite creator's name or even go into the subscribers section and actually look for them because
That's
of
true.
this is what I told him. This is my idea. This is how I see it. And I told him because people like those handful of people that I've been speaking to who want to make a YouTube channel. There's like millions of people always every single day starting a YouTube channel. Because of that reason, because there's millions and millions of people coming into YouTube or becoming a content creator. Because of that reason, the algorithm pushes them out, which is why we get all this random stuff on our newsfeed. It's just all these new people that are coming in. There's so many that the algorithm is just like, okay, just like boom, 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 sending it everywhere. And I feel like that's kind of the reason why we have to start searching our favorite creators that we already subscribe to. We actually like type them in or go into the subscription section. That's what I think that's going on with the algorithm. There's millions of people always starting. And because of those people, we're getting a bunch of that. We're getting them. We're getting those people on our newsfeed. That's the algorithm's way of trying to get these new people, discovered.
Most definitely.
That's the job of the algorithm. But it's also affecting it at the same time. If there's more people like my coworker, or the views are going to start getting affected for the people who already have been doing this for as long as, well, you probably have done it more than I have, but if for people who have done it longer, who have been in the platform or have been doing content for a long time.
I think we're 2.5 years, I think, on YouTube.
On Bleeding Edge?
On YouTube. 2.5 years, I think.
Okay, yeah, I'm the same actually. I'm the same.
Maybe a little bit, maybe 2-3 quarters.
Nice. Yeah, we're about the same. So yeah, it's gonna affect people like you and me because of people like that.
Well, I was gonna ask you, where you at? I mean, as far as the algorithm goes, when you put your title in Booze and Chill, right, in the search bar,
yeah.
What are you at a point now where it does? Where are you at with it coming up? Like.
Oh, that's a good question, actually. Let me see.
I never actually
tried that.
It was really cool. It was really cool the first time that a guest, Sally the MCU girl, remember her on the Bleeding Edge?
Uh-huh.
That one of my a female friend of mine that used to guest with us called me on the phone one day to tell me how excited it was for her that she went in the search bar and put in the MCU and the MCU Bleeding Edge.
And it's the first one on top?
First 5 or whatever, or first 3, right? Titles on the list of the search. And I was like, wow, that's awesome, dude.
That is awesome. And just to let you know, because I wasn't sure, I just checked right now. I just typed it in. I'm literally the only one, the first one that comes out.
Really?
It's the weirdest thing. But to be fair, I guess because like I'm not.
I think I knew that. I think I knew that from searching your title on my own.
Oh, nice. But I feel like the only reason that happens is because I did start off as just a beer reviewing channel. But like I've just grown into something much more now.
I almost dropped off at the whole length of Booze and Chill. I got to the Z, and I was like, man, this is taking too long. Fuck this. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
Ooh,
but
damn it. 17 characters, man. Shit.
no, that's cool. I never actually looked it up until you just mentioned it, and I'm literally the first one. That's awesome.
Hey, that's awesome, brother. I'm glad that did something for you.
But yeah, that's what I think about what's going on with the algorithm. It's not the hugest issue in the world, but I feel like it will start affecting like people like you and me. Like we've been in this game for quite a while, and because of this, we might start losing viewers. I don't know. Again, it might not be a big of a deal, but we might start seeing some negatives.
I've never researched heavily too much. Again, time, scheduling your time, right?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of what you get into with research or focus on with the running of your channel or the key aspects, in terms of your growth, right? And keeping certain metrics in place and going a certain way. I never, I think, basically, I never, there's with YouTube, there's a, there's so much to try to learn and grasp that it's important, I think, to, again, like I was just saying with you, real quick, because I know we're in the algorithm, but learning from other creators, right? Like with Raymond and me just there is so crucial. It really is. And that's one of the coolest aspects of being a content creator. If you're going to start a YouTube channel, I encourage you to have guests, right? And whatnot, everything. I do.
It actually does help, yeah.
Have guests, right? Collaborate. Try to collaborate. Make an effort to. No matter what you're covering, what your topical stuff is, right, or your niche. I do think it's very critical in terms of your evolution and your growth. It builds your overall network. And there's opportunities through that, while at the same time you learn.
Yeah, that's true.
And you get hug myself, bro hug moments like Raymond. We mentioned as Raymond and whatnot, and all that.
All right.
I love you, baby. I love you, Raymond.
All right. That pretty much covers that. But before we go, what I want to do is spill. I kind of was supposed to do this on topic number 3, but we kind of sort of spread the secrets all throughout this entire podcast. But this is what I want to do: 3 YouTube secrets from me and Jeff. Jeff, do you want to start?
My first one would be, I guess, it's to work with what we've already covered. Going to collaboration, for instance, right? One YouTube secret would be, reach out to creators on social media platforms, right? For instance, that, when you approach them, don't be afraid, right? Don't be, worried about it and whatnot. I know collaboration, just like being in front of the camera, can be a little bit scary, but just get in there, try. It's yes or no. They're either gonna want to collaborate with you or respond to your email or whatever it is, or they're not. Don't hang on it, right? And don't feel crying inside and whatnot if they collaboration don't work. But collaboration is important. It really is. I think it's crucial. To content creation in general and to YouTube. It's important to me. It is. You know that, Raymond, and whatnot. And we could do a whole show just on collaboration and the power of it. Right, and how important it is to your content, the quality of it, and your stats and your growth, but at the same time, your networking, your evolution as a creator, and learning from other creators, right, and also eating off them, like the success and shit. If you suck, you can be carried by their weight, their shine.
You learn off of them. Yeah,
it's like if you're the ugly dude or the ugly chick with the hot chick, like. Whatever. Whatever. I don't even know. I knew I was going to go with that.
No, I got you. What's your second one though?
What out of the 2? Which one would I bang? The fat one or the ugly one or the? No, I'm just kidding.
I use 3 secrets, bro.
I take both. I was going to say I'll take both of them, the ugly one and the hot one. It'll be an interesting contrast, right?
Yeah.
And plus, the ugly one would probably be a bigger freak. But because she's got work. But no, but if they both were, that would be like YouTube gold, baby. That would be like a viral. That would go viral for me. No, I would say second one it'd probably be don't when you get started and you get some success going, or you say you put a collaboration together, right, or whatever, it falls through, right?
Yeah.
Or you have a guest on your show, right? Say you have some kind of format where you have guests on, and something falls out with the guests, and you lose them, right? Or you have there's an outs there, you fall apart there. Don't let it weigh on you or affect your personal life and your emotional, your mental health and your how you feel about things, right? Like, don't let it radiate too heavily in that area. It's not healthy, and it can happen, right? And don't let the weight of it, cross over, especially if you have a family and children and the wife and and the job and all that, right? You have important things to do.
Yeah.
So you don't overanalyze things, I guess, right?
Yep.
Due to your desire to your drive to start your channel and grow and eat and get stats and shit. Don't let it get to the point ever where too much, hopefully, where literally it's seeping into your personal life.
Yeah. Don't get too attached.
Like, the content, but it can, for some people, it can actually start to become a negative factor sometimes with their their personal stuff.
True. That's one way. What's your last secret?
Let me think. You do one. Let me think for a minute.
Okay.
You have another one?
One of mine was like you said, we kind of already covered it, but the first one of mine is having a schedule planned out, and by that I mean like, again, this is coming from somebody who again, full-time job, parent, and also running the YouTube channel / podcast. You got to figure out how to go about it, and at the same time being able to do your 9 to 5 and still being a parent. Again, this is coming from somebody who has all this going on. Like, I'm spinning some secrets here. So basically, I've done this for like about a little bit over 2 years now. So in the beginning, it was a little bit hectic because, again, I was just kind of just jumped right into it. Like we said in the beginning, if you want to start YouTube, start now. But keep in mind, again, if you have a 9 to 5 and you want to start YouTube, you got to also work with both of them. When I jumped into it, I basically, like I said, I literally just jumped into it. It got in the way of some stuff, but eventually, with practice, I figured out I have my days now. So basically, I have a weekend where I just strictly do this, like what we're doing right now. I strictly record, and sometimes I even bundle record. I record as much as possible and have it ready, edit it, or whatever. And so that's one way to go about it. Just plan out your schedule. Have a day or two. I have 2 days, actually. I have two recording days where I get to do this, where it doesn't get in the way of anything. Again, this is coming from somebody who has a partner. If you're single, it's probably way more easier for you. But again, if you have a lot of things going on, that's one way to go about it. That's one secret of mine. Just figure out schedule plan.
Drunk. Still, if you're live, you're just drunk like me, and you just go live for like 6 hours. Just fuck it. Like, your show goes to be 2 hours long. Get after it, baby.
Which is a true story. Which, by the way, I feel like you probably should like tell somebody about this, like not Ripley's, but the world record people. I feel like that's kind of like it should be in the book somewhere. I think.
Interesting.
Just an idea. Just an idea.
I haven't done one in a long time, to be honest with you. Raymond knows I've done some. I've done some 5 hours, 6 hour. Remember Raymond? At one point, I had that
just
thing
for fun too.
I wanted to outdo myself. Like, oh shit, 4.5 hours. I want a 5. That's
fucking nuts, man.
I was just on a patch there for a minute, whatnot, like a 4 or 5 month period where, literally, I just I'd be live and I would be at 3 hour mark or something. Right,
that's
like I keep on the show after the other people would leave. I'd be like, you know what, shit, I want to break that. I want to overdo the 4. I'll be going for 5, baby. Fuck it. Right?
That's way too crazy, dude. I don't know how you can do that shit.
2 YouTube secrets. First one tied off that. One time, Raymond, I did a show live where I started the show.
Oh, we're getting more secrets now.
Yes, 2, a double team. This is more of an actual story, and then I've got a secret. But no, one time I did a show, Raymond, where I had a panel. It was like a review of an episode, Star Wars episode or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Show was 2 hours plus long. Let the panel go, let Cyber go. Live solo for 2 hours, right? Played old content, like screen shared from my YouTube channel to like give myself a break, whatever, right now and whatnot.
Yeah.
Built another panel, right? Got on Facebook, brought in William from Geek Outlet Podcast, Andrew from Geek Outlet and shit. Got another panel together and started another show. And then live for 2.5 hours with them, with 4 other guests.
You just kept bringing in people in then.
I did 2 full shows with a break, with like a solo in between.
So like a Royal Rumble. As soon as they came out, as soon as they went out, you brought more in.
I put together a 4 or 5% panel online while live. Just
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
I was like, yo, you want to do a just a freestyle, 2-hour live, just MCU, geek, nerd content combo. And like, yeah, fuck it. It was fun. So I guess what the secret with that would be, have fun, right? Like, push yourself, explore, like do fun shit, and get in there and, have a good time and try to push yourself. But at the same time, my main secret would be, that's actually serious, would be just that to have a routine, right? Like when the Rainbow was talking about the scheduling of your live streams, it is healthy and important to take breaks sometimes, right? Or if you get sick or you go on vacation, take a break here and there, whatever. But stay in your routine. You don't want to become unfamiliar with your processes and your how you go about your pre-scheduling, of your lives, or how you go about your prep for your recording of your straight video, recording video content. You get what I'm saying, Raymond?
Yeah.
You don't want to stray away too far from having that familiarity with the aspects of what you do that are important.
Exactly. So those are Jeff's secrets, which are really, really good, by the way.
I could talk about these topics for five hours, baby. On a rock.
And I guess the second one, we mentioned it already. Even you just did the stock recording. That's one for me. I told this to the people the handful of people that I talked to about starting YouTube. Stock record. It does help a lot because, again, you pick a day, record as much as you can, as much time as you have, and just take advantage of it. And it just helps out a lot. If you're like the type of person, like my channel, for instance, not including the lives, I record and I edit. Like I do fancy little stuff here and there. If you're thinking about doing stuff like that, it helps out.
You're way more advanced than me, bro. I'm too afraid to ask you to help me with that shit. I'm like, nah, Raymond's too busy.
Yeah, I'm happy to help.
I'm like, yeah, I wish Raymond would sit down with me and been streaming for 20 minutes and just kind of like show me some of that shit.
And the last one for me is you mentioned it, planning ahead.
Yeah.
Planning not just the schedule, but planning.
It's crucial.
Yeah, exactly. Planning your content, because again, it comes back to research.
It's a part of your routine too. It's a part of the routine.
It is part of the routine. It's the research, finding out what's new in your niche and stuff like that. It's just planning ahead, knowing. I don't know. Do you script stuff?
No, I don't. For one thing, I don't know how. I've never been a big writer. Did a lot of writing myself personally. I've never been a writer, more of a reader, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
But even if I tried to script anything, I don't know that I'd be very good at it. To tell you the truth, like if I did, if I was a pro. But no, I just don't. I don't like doing scripted content. I feel like a fucking robot. Right. I just wanted to say that I just don't enjoy it personally.
I feel the same way too. I've tried scripting before, and it's a little iffy for me too.
It's not good for me. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, how, like you said, Raymond, my thing's authenticity, right? Like,
Yeah.
hey, another YouTube secret. If you have a core thing, like, you know, if you have a strength, rock it, stick with it, right?
Yeah.
You know, like activate it, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, like evolve it. You know,
Yeah.
seriously. If you have weaknesses, improve them. And if
Yeah.
you really suck at things, just drop them. Fuck it. Get rid of them. Don't do them. If you can.
Exactly. But yeah, that's the last one for me. Plan ahead. If you do script, I mean, if that's your thing, have it ready to go. Make sure, like earlier in this podcast where I missed a letter, which I kind of do a lot, which is one of the reasons why I don't script. But if you do script, always have that ready to go. Know what you're going to talk about. Or in the case of Jeff here, where he has a lot of guests over, make sure you kind of get to know them and know their ins and outs. Look at their videos, look at their channel, look at their content. Get familiar with them so you won't look like a total idiot when you when you talk to them, stuff like that. Yeah, but that's what I mean about planning, and those are my three secrets. And I think that's pretty much it for this podcast.
To balance out that one, Raven, one
Go
thing, folks, when you do meet other creators to collaborate, all that, whatnot, or you find people to guest on your show, if you don't vocally talk to them, they're probably never going to come on with you, or they're probably never going to record. To be honest with you, they probably won't ever do it. Just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah, through, you know how it is, Raven, through email or whatever, whatnot. It don't happen.
Okay. I think I've actually no, I don't think I've ever called them. Actually, mine's always been through messages and stuff.
I know what we do is no different than a lot of other creators, right? With all the guests and the collaborating.
Yeah,
you learn, right? I mean, again, just to contrast, you know, there's things Raven's really is strong with that I can't step to, right? Like, for instance, his editing and his ability to add graphics and whatnot, right? He's more skilled at that than I am. He's more advanced. I'm more, you know, I'm more authentic off the cuff than Raven is, maybe a little bit, right? Or more of a, you know, I'm a good moderator. I'm a good, you know, anchor, right? Raven's great in the panel as a guest coming on the shows. I'd love to see you moderate the Bleeding Edge, but I feel like you'd be better on the panel. I do. Than actually having to deal with. I feel like you'd be more effective and more valuable as a contributor than you would as a moderator, if that makes sense. That's deep, right? That's gonna fuck you up later. Fucking Jeff. Put me on the panel forever. Fuck you.
I mean, it's something to think about. I'll think about that.
No, I'd put that out there, like, you know, just to put it out there. I do think that for me, if I was evaluating you, like you were saying, you know, get to know your guests, or, you know, talk to them, check out their content. Mm-hmm. If you were on my team, right? Sure, I'd love to see you moderate the show as a guest moderator, whatever, whatnot. You do a great job. I know you would, but I think you'd be stronger, right? Like you used to have a third co-host at one point. He was stronger on the panel. As a moderator, he was not good. He was not effective. It wasn't his shtick. It wasn't his deal. You could see it.
Yeah.
On the panel, shit. He was dropping nuggets, baby. He was gold.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, seriously. So, I mean, you know, it boils down to your resources in terms of people's value. You're good on the panel, bro. You're a good contributor.
Thank you. But yeah, that goes back to the whole knowing your weaknesses and your strengths as a creator, of course.
And then you get bored with having to, you know, carry the shit.
Yeah, I guess. That's
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it might be a little mundane for you.
For me?
The host, the moderating, right? Having to, you know, with all your responsibilities, right? The family and work, right?
Well, maybe.
Then you got to come home and you've got to moderate a movie review, or you've got to moderate, you know, an episode review of a Marvel series or something, and, you know, do the questions, do your outline for the show, watch the episode twice.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, there was like I mentioned earlier, how I was running the 2 channels. So I kind of already have experience, but it's a bit of a pain in the ass for me. Where did that accent come from? For me, but I'm able to do it. It's just, again, there's all this stuff.
That was the ghost of Sean Connery from The Rock, bro.
The what?
That was the ghost of Sean Connery from The Rock.
Oh.
Yeah. But just creep in there once in a while.
Oh, gotcha. But yeah, that's it for this video podcast, as well as for those of you just listening in. There's a little section down there where you're able to actually answer questions in a poll. If I do make one, for sure, go down there, answer the poll and or the question. And I know that Spotify has somewhere in there where you can like the podcast. If you have that option, please do so. And for the people on the video podcast, if you're still around, you're still watching, you guys got to go check out my good friend Jeff's, aka TrueKnowledge's MCU Bleeding Edge podcast on YouTube. Close to the 40K, man.
People are already sitting there like, that's way too many characters for that title. Fuck him. I can't put that in the push bar. Shit.
Hey, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. But yeah, go ahead and go on to the Bleeding Edge. And what he's got some reaction videos. What was the latest one?
Good way to display the diversity and evolving your content and whatnot, right? So you're not just doing one thing. It's good to be. Yeah. It's good to go across those categories and over time, sort of do a little bit of everything.
Nice. I see. I didn't even see this one. You did Flyleaf.
I know it caught. Cool. It caught too. It caught it was hanging in there at 5-6K. And then I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, it just caught.
So yeah, go ahead and go and get him to the 40K, guys.
Raymond, go down a little bit. This is a real quick as a real quick sort of last secret thing. Look at that Paramore video count and the importance of thumbnails and the differential in views of the reactions and the reality of how literally critical these elements are.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the same time, you just everything's not going to be perfect. You're not always. Not every video is going to get you 50,000 views. That's a good thumbnail, I think, for Paramore. It's not a bad one.
I like it.
I mean,
I like that. I like the little cigarette touch you added there.
Yeah, that dude. He ain't no Brad Pitt, but you know what I'm saying? It obviously looks are his strike. But no, I mean, no, but seriously, it's not a bad thumbnail. Paramore is not any, is not like Flyleaf. They're older bands, but that Flyleaf video is at 15K video views, and that's literally that thumbnail to me is not that much better than the other.
Yeah, true. But yeah, guys, go ahead and go check them out. The MCU's Bleeding Edge. Of course, if you're like my coworker, you're probably not going to type that out. But for those of you who are not lazy, I guess is the word. I don't know. But search them up. Get them to the 40K. They're so close. And check out the videos. Check out the shorts. And they're like I mentioned earlier, their thing is live. So they're going to have a much larger live category.
Good point, too. Tell people where to go on your channel where your content is.
Yeah.
Literally. Tell them. Don't just show. For years, Raymond, I swear, I would tell people to go to the YouTube channel and forget to tell them our content's live.
Yeah.
Right?
See, all these things come into play. All these things gotta write it down, guys. Write it down. Write it down.
No one tells you. You find out one day, it just hits you. You're like, oh shit. I do lives. If I don't tell people, they'll never know where our shows are.
Exactly. But yeah, go ahead and give them a like, guys. Get them to the 40K. And that's pretty much it for this video podcast. And anything else you'd like to throw out there before we go, sir? No, just thank you, sir. Thank you for having me on. Appreciate you. And just to be clear, folks, you can see the darkness coming in. The sun, I think, is going to die, explode in a minute. As a part of my curse, Raymond. That's going to be one of the new aspects of my day of the curse. The sun's just going to die here in a minute. I think it's looking kind of rough. That's why I'm getting dark. So but no, Raymond, I just appreciate you, man. It's a good time. Great video. Great. I really enjoyed the back and forth, and it's a really great topic. Fun to delve into. Oh, definitely. And yeah, that's it for that. Again, thank you, sir. Thank you, Jeff, for tuning in. Check them out. MC's Bleeding Edge. Get into the 40K, guys, and as well as follow all Booze and Chill social medias, and check out the podcast on Spotify. And for all the nasty or not nasty, but yeah, I guess you can say nasty, but all the all the inside stuff, the behind the scenes making of stuff that you're not going to see on my YouTube or on my socials, go to Patreon/Booze&Chill. Can support me and the channel, and you will also get very juicy stuff in return. And that's it for that, guys. We'll see you in the next one, in the next live video podcast, and we are out. Peace out, guys.
Peace out, Booze and Chill.